All right, I want to keep it real for a moment. A lot of the videos I shoot here from Costa Rica are like sunny days, beautiful days, but I need to keep it real with everybody who's not been to Costa Rica or who really wants to know what my day-to-days are like here. Rainy season, which can go anywhere from like late April, early May until mid-November. In my experience in the past 5 years, most of the days are kind of like this. Rainy. I mean, here you can see my pool, or my pond, I should say. This is what most days are like in my day-to-day. So I know I usually post like beautiful day stuff, beautiful weather, beaches, Rainmaker Park, all these different like places, or my property, for example, with like blue skies always and sunny. It's typically because I'm recording, filming videos in the morning. In the afternoon, I'm doing stuff inside, I'm cleaning, I'm doing a lot of garden work because the sun's not beating on me, and this is refreshing. It's probably, if I were to guess in Fahrenheit, maybe 80 degrees right now, 75, 80 degrees with a light drizzle, so it keeps it cooler. And I mean, typically in a hard, heavy sun morning, 9, 10 a.m., you could get like an hour to 2 hours of work in before you need to like really take a break and rehydrate and refuel. And in weather like this, I could work 3-4 hours nonstop, just rehydrating every once in a while. But I wanted to take you on a tour of the property, of the jungle temple, of my space during a rainy day, a typical day. I wanted you to see it the way I normally see it, with gray skies and the trickling of the rain, we should say, which is beautiful. So here, adjacent to my pool, I have a lot of things growing now. You'll see a lot of this natural bush growing. This was an ornamental when I moved here, and I've actually let it grow out of control intentionally, because as you can see, my first year here, I plugged in little baby dragon fruit, and now it's climbing and ascending the entire bush that's here. So this is going to be a great place to present dragon fruit close to my house. I have a papaya tree growing here. I have lots of pineapples growing on the side of the pool, a little long grass, coconut, plantains, a little cacao growing here. These are all my floral effervescence, I should say. So this is chan, then there's basil, and then there's lemongrass, and I have lemon verbena here as well. So near my outdoor shower, it's all this really good smelling stuff. As we walk, I'm gonna do kind of a dissection. I'm gonna cut right through the middle of my property and then circumambulate as we go. Wow, that looks so beautiful, huh? That just started as like 3 or 4 tall, thin ones, and then it's become this big, beautiful bush that holds dragon fruit now. So as I step down from my pool area, these are they call them bananos enanos, or dwarf bananas. They're little baby bananas that you can buy. Here I have a cacao, another cacao. This is the private exit entrance to my bedroom suite. Down here I have a lot of pineapples. I think I've got about 10 here. This is a different type of banana that a friend gave me, so I try to get a lot of variety in here. I have a little baby mango growing. This is the large caimito, and then back here we have a couple coconuts, guava, big mango tree. I've got a big avocado there that you've seen from other angles. But walking through, got another guava here, another acerola cherry here. This vine that's growing up over this beautiful ornamental is ayahuasca, actually. So I'm gonna grow next to my tennis court. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, behind me is the tennis court. This vine is now growing, and it's hopefully gonna grow up and maybe grab the top of the fence of the tennis court and start to go that way. But also, as we create a tunnel here, it's going to reach up over my head. Let's see it behind me. So there's the ayahuasca. It's gonna come up and over like a tunnel and grab the caimito tree eventually and create, like I said, a natural tunnel here. And I've planted a lot of these ornamentals. So I also have a little ayahuasca vine coming in here. That's gonna grab this ornamental, come up, and it's gonna meet in a tunnel here, with that ayahuasca. Anyway, that's going to be kind of my entranceway to what is now my new guarded vegetable garden. So any of you that have been following me for the years that I've been here know that I grow a lot of fruits, I grow a lot of spices and herbs, but vegetables have been really difficult because this climate is really rainy. So you've got to have the vegetables in an area that have good drainage, but also has a lot of sun. and also protection. Because my big issue with vegetables and some of my fruits here are the cows that randomly, find their way into my property sometime. All of my neighbors are cattle farmers, so there's literally hundreds of cows around. Sometimes a few rogue ones, independent thinkers, find their way onto other properties, and mine just happens to have an abundance of food that they love. So with things like bananas and corn and tomatoes, I know they really like. There are a few foods that the cows really like to go for. Sugarcane. I'm just running a bunch of them through my mind, but they have destroyed hundreds. I'm serious. In the past year and a half, hundreds of corn stalks that I had growing. I've literally eaten 0 corn from the thousands of seeds I've planted in the past year and a half. So this is my solution. I've built this kind of closed in garden area, and as you can see, there's some prints here. Before I closed it in, the cows did get in here and they ate about 100 of my plantings of corn. Some of them survived, so these tall guys spouting out are the ones that survived. And if you look extra closely, this is a new corn seed, and I just spread about another 100, 150 in here, along with, let me see if I could find some. Yep, see all the corn. I also put black beans. So there's going to be black beans growing with corn. I also have squash growing here. So if you know anything about Native American agricultural philosophy, they call them the 3 sisters. Corn, squash, and beans all grow together really well. So I have them all planted here. All along the lines here to grow up on this, I have a lot of beans. I also had cucumber and squash, but it looks like something came along and ate them. I had them planted here. So yeah, I guess something came along and ate my squash and cucumbers, unfortunately, since yesterday, but that's life. I'm sure it was the leafcutter ants. I'm trying to look for where I plugged them in. Anyway, I'm not going to dwell on it too much, but I also have spinach here. Along the line here, I've got some spinach, I've got some chili peppers. Oh man, they ate my chili peppers too? That's crazy. I had a chili pepper planted here. So this must have been the cows came onto my property at some point and they started eating stuff. Huh. Life, unfortunate. Well, at least they didn't get in here, and that's a good sign. And I have some basil here. So this is really good basil. Eat that with tomato. In here, you can see this a little mashed up. What I did was I dug it about a foot deep. I've planted carrot seeds on this side, onion seeds on this side, so they'll be able to root in there really nicely. Oh, darn. I'm super upset that my squash and my cucumbers are gone. I'm gonna have to plant them over again. And I had a couple chili peppers here. That sucks too. Anyway, that's why I'm filming this video, because I want you guys to see the not so glorious stuff. So it's raining a lot here. If you don't like rain, maybe Costa Rica isn't for you, because 8 months of the year, this is what most of the days are looking like. And also, if you're trying to grow food, there's going to be pests. There's leafcutter ants. They eat a lot of, the foods that we plant. The cows, if they get onto your property, they eat a lot. Here I have a lot of bananas. So you can see I'm separating section by section with different fruits. Here I have some yucca, some more bananas. Here I have a bunch of chili peppers. These ones didn't get eaten for some reason, so I just planted this one. So this is a young chili pepper coming in. I've got some, oh man, what is this? Katuk. So this is like a lettuce, nutritious. Another chili pepper, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bunch of katuk. This is white turmeric actually, and somewhere over here I have regular turmeric. Bananas. Interspersed, I should say. This will be a jackfruit. Anybody that knows jackfruit, this will be a jackfruit. On that side, I have another mango. This is the back border of my property. We have lime tree, bananas, yucca, limes, yucca, kind of all intermingled throughout there. And then the far length of my property, we're gonna go this way. I've got a big guanabana tree there, big bananas, my guest house, the water tank that we'll use in the future. And then as I walk my way through here, kind of centered behind the tennis court, I have a little cacao tree coming in here now. There's some bananas, plantains, You can see a native plantain of some sort. That was here when I got here. And then this section was all corn, but as you can see from all these massive footprints, the cows were over here. So they must have taken my chili peppers and my squash yesterday. So I got to replant that. Yeah, you can see they were walking all along here. See the cow pathway? Maybe not, but it's there. Big guava tree, some killer bees that I got to get rid of. This is a little avocado coming up, about 2 years old. Lots of plantains over there. If you've been watching my videos recently, you've seen this from the inside. This is my new custom chicken coop that I made, giant chicken building. So here is where I will lift and pull the eggs out at some point soon, hopefully. And then let's say hi to the chickens. This is the other side of the tennis court. I've got some bananas planted here. This is the chicken coop really sealed up. And as we enter, you guys come with me. Move this. This is my lock for my door. These were my former closet doors from inside my bedroom that I repurposed. And now let's go into the greenhouse, the green room. Hey guys, what's up everybody? Look at how big these guys are getting. Everybody's getting so big. So yeah, they got plenty of space. There's their little nesting areas. Here they've got lots of, food, water, lots of mangoes, sugarcane, plantains, lots of things to eat, lots of places to perch. So I'm just trying to hook them up. And you'll see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 of these guys left. I originally bought 20 of them. One has passed away. One escaped. I think he went through a little hole in there and maybe something got him outside. Other than that, everybody's still thriving. This guy needs to be sold or traded for somebody to enjoy a meal out of, because I think he might have actually killed the one that passed away here when they were fighting for food or something. I don't know. But anyway, they seem to be at peace. At some point soon, once these little guys get a bit bigger and can defend themselves, I'm going to open that piece of metal and they'll be able to go up that ramp and down another little ramp made out of chicken wire so my dogs can't get in and out of it, to the backyard, and then they can go forage and harvest everything and anything that they want to eat, bugs, lizards, whatever they could find food-wise. So yeah, that's my little chicken coop. I got the door, double door, so it's nice and secure from any other animals. That's what's nice is at this point, other than a disaster with the other 9 chickens, that big white one was one of 10, and he's the only survivor. And I'll just say that my beloved, dear, elderly Jasmine, my oldest dog from the United States, she is if you could qualify an animal as a psychopath, she would be a psychopath because she is a murderer. And she has no compassion for living things other than, I guess, other dogs and humans. But she's the sweetest little girl, if you know Jasmine, and she just murders animals for some reason. It kind of tortures them too. So my first week or so with the original 10 chickens, which was kind of serendipitous, and I'll explain why. Let me step into the restaurant really quick. In my first week, few days with these chickens, I hear some hysteria going on. I run over. Jasmine had gotten in there and had killed 9 of the 10 little baby chickens. So I'm upset, I'm devastated, but she's a dog. It's nature for, canines to hunt, and she used to have to forage for herself and her puppies. So I get it. It's instilled in her nature, her programming, but she gets food. She doesn't need to kill things. Anyway, we're talking existential, philosophical shit. But anyway, she killed the first ones. I was really upset. I went to the store and I apologized, to the veterinarian who sold them to me. I said, I promise I'm responsible. It's just this dog, and I didn't have it sealed up enough. And I did have it sealed, and she actually pushed a piece of that metal in. So she risked cutting her head off to get these chickens. And I fixed that. So obviously you just saw it super secure now. They're safe, other than random stuff that might happen. But yeah, anyway, having chickens is great. Hopefully very soon they will have eggs. And that's back to my point. The original chickens I bought, they were not egg-laying chickens, which I didn't realize. This is all new to me. They were meat chickens, chickens that you grow to that size of that white one and then slaughter and eat for meat. And my God, I wasn't going to be able to slaughter 10 chickens and eat 10 chickens. I'm just a single guy here. So it would have been like a business thing where I would have been raising them and then selling them for profit, which could be a viable business avenue in the future, absolutely, now that I have this coop. But I'd much rather be raising hens and selling eggs than having free eggs for myself for the rest of my life and not have to slaughter anything and not have to go through that process. But it was good to know that I do have this possibility in the future if I want. But thankfully, sadly, but thankfully, Jasmine killed 9 of the 10, and I just have that one big one, and I think I'm going to trade him to one of my neighbors for like a shit ton of avocados. So I think that's a good deal. And yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to give some updates in rainy season. This is, you know, the restaurant before we really begin finishing renovations here. I've got some plans for the next couple months, you'll see. And then this is like an outdoor sitting space. I'm gonna kind of stack the ground up a little higher and do a little concrete platform so we can put some chairs there and make it really nice. And then this will be either a small home at some point if somebody wants to move here and, you know, partner with me in some of these projects, start your own garden outside here, maybe work in the restaurant or be creative with some foods. Or if nobody moves into this space, we're gonna make that like a little store, like a little super, or a little mini market, as you would call it in the United States. And yeah, so just a little bit of renovations there. It's already got, you know, electric, water hooked up. I just gotta update the aesthetics a little bit, and then we could just put a little shop in there, which is cool. And then I'm building up the entranceway for the restaurant, the commercial side of things. Ooh, I almost forgot. This is a star fruit, so that's growing really well. This tree here. Ooh, where are we? This tree there. And if you haven't seen or tasted a star fruit, I highly recommend it. It's got some bananas here, a lot of flowers, lemongrass. This area, you can see a ton of turmeric growing. All of that is turmeric. So there's a ton there. This is an avocado that's almost in its fruiting stage now. Been a few years already. More turmeric, more oregano, little storage areas. As we walk around, you'll be able to see some of my colored garden coming in, which is beautiful. This is an acerola cherry we're under, another avocado, lemongrass, bit of the garden. There's a pomegranate in here. A lot of the flowers, the tennis court. Got some chili peppers growing in this section here. It's another pomegranate. This is a caviar lime. This is some type of citrus. I think this is going to be grapefruit. I'm quite sure I planted a grapefruit seed here a couple years ago, so we'll see. Yeah, some nice colors. Hello. Pretty flowers. Yeah, flowers, guanabana, guayaba. Lots of cacao. Now we're back in the front of my property. You guys have probably seen this before, I'm sure, plenty of times. But what's nice is a lot of the new colors are coming in. So we've got some really cool flowers. We've got beautiful leaves on these bushes and ornamentals. These fuchsia color is really nice. We've got a lot of things coming in here. You can see the reds, the purples. We've got some really cool dynamic leaves coming in, gifts from friends that I've planted around. Lots of cacao, mangosteen. These are pretty flowers that have been coming in lately on these big kind of lotusy vine looking things. Really cool. Really cool. Now what I love is the kind of aesthetic of the dynamic leaf expressions that are coming in here, and it's all gonna form like a tunnel and a canopy over my driveway at some point. So everything's gonna grow tall and get interconnected. And this one day will be a tunnel of floral and edibles, and you can see my fountain, which is growing dragon fruit at this point. And we got coconuts in the back, and everything's coming along well. And look at these cool guys, huh? Isn't that a cool flower? Anyway, we will just say adieu. I will bid you adieu. Oh, where is he? My boy Hercules, the grave of Hercules. And as you can see, my tunnel plan is happening here. It's the acerola cherry, so it's starting to drape over the driveway, which is really nice. And at some point, this will all be a big tunnel. And yeah, so we just have tunnels. There'll be tunnels everywhere. Tunnels, green tunnels. And yeah, we got chili peppers. We've got this really cool purple flower. Isn't that so cool? And one more I want to show you. This is one of my favorites I found in Parita and was able to salvage some for here. Look at that. Isn't that so cool? I love this thing. And then over here in front of my house, we've got coca, turmeric. This is all ginger. These guys coming up are ginger I planted this year. Shishito chili peppers. These are blue Java bananas. So, and more guanabana. And beyond that, there's a caimito and another caviar lime. So I've kind of surrounded my home here with as many edibles and medicinals as I can so I can easy access them in the future. And then what you'll see lining my driveway, this is everything preparing for the vivero or the nursery. So we've got gotu cola. We've got a lot of, these are custard apple. These are manzana de agua, water apple. This is orange. This is pomegranate. And then I've got a ton over here as well. These are all cacao. These are guanabana, papaya. Those are jackfruit. These are avocado, ginger, coca. Oh man, I forgot what the names of those things are, but it'll hit me. It's like a cucumber that grows on a tree. Guanelama, I think that's the name. No, I think Guanelama is Lemon verbena. I don't know what these guys are called, but you could look it up. A cucumber that grows on a tree and you'll see it. And I'm sure as soon as I stop recording this video, I'm gonna remember the exact name. But anyway, the boots are off. I am done for the moment. I just wanted to give you guys a rainy day tour because very seldom, not often, am I recording anything or filling you all in, filling my people in on what the rainy days are like here. Yeah. It's beautiful, 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 beautiful. Anyway, signing out. A tune-up or a catch-up or a tune-in and an update from the Jungle Temple. I just wanted to update you guys. I wanted to get something posted. I've got a lot more things coming soon as far as like what I'm growing and taste testing and things like that. But I just wanted to give a rainy day update because if you're planning to come to Costa Rica anytime between, at least in the Central Pacific area, between May and November, most of the time this is what it's going to look like, but it's going to be super pleasant. This is beautiful. It's wonderful. I absolutely love it. And I'm very grateful because the rain is really nice. This is really comfortable to work in. It's really refreshing. Yeah, it just gets a little muddy sometimes. So you gotta definitely keep a towel in front of your door. Wipe your feet off, wipe the shoes off, specifically the dog's feet. If you have dogs, they're gonna be dragging in a lot of mud to the houses. So yeah, that's all I got for you. And signing off. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you. Like, subscribe, and please share. If you're not subscribed yet, please be sure to subscribe. If you have any friends that are interested in visiting Costa Rica or starting a food forest, have them reach out to me, have them subscribe, tag them in this, share this with them. I appreciate it a lot. And other than that, I would love to hear, thoughts and comments. Let me know when you're visiting Costa Rica. Let me know if you're trying to grow any food at home. Let me know if you have any thoughts about what I should be planting here or doing more of here or focusing on more in the videos. I do this for you, literally. I want to provide so much value and kind of joy in living in a food forest and building a food forest that you start to do it yourselves. That's ultimately the point of all this. I mean, I share some fitness stuff. I share some philosophical, inspirational stuff. I share some funny stories sometimes. But ultimately, this channel, my life purpose is to encourage other people to grow as much food as possible or medicine or, edibles, anything that you could sustain off or feed your family with, feed your pets with, feed your neighbors with. This is my life's purpose at this point. I really want to, recultivate the planet the way it was meant to before we started destroying it as a mass population. And I'm not the only one doing this out here. I'm not the only one doing this in the world. Some of my favorite people are food foresters and permaculture people. And if I can spread it to a population that's maybe not necessarily tuned into these things, that would be my goal. And that's my purpose in life, is to, provide that mustard seed of inspiration that's going to grow within you and hopefully inspire you to do these things one day, or at least encourage other people who have the resources to do these things to do them. And maybe you could reap the benefits of the work that they're doing on their property if you're not a person that has land or has access. So there's always solutions. Even if you're living in an apartment in New York City that's 100 square feet, you can get an aquaponic system or a hydroponic system or an aeroponic system at this point. There's a lot of technologies that are being invented that can allow us to become more self-sufficient, self-reliant. Obviously, not everyone has access to the resources financially or existentially or mobility-wise to move to another country in the tropics and buy a few acre property. But some of you do. You're just procrastinating on it. You're making excuses for it. So if this is something you've wanted, we have dreams for a reason. Like I said in my last video, that dream was sent to you by the divine realm so you could enact it here in the physical realm. So if you feel you want to do this, go do it. If you have any questions, ask me. If you have any fear, use that fear as wind in your sails, not an anchor to your boat. I love you. Peace.